Whether you're headed out on a cruise or venturing ashore on a dream land vacation, you should take extra precautions to stay safe. These 15 basic tips will keep you prepared and aware and help you avoid being an easy target. Before we get started, we want to clarify that this video is more geared towards safety in cruise ports and in large, unfamiliar cities. Cruise ships themselves, which we typically cover, tend to be far safer than the average city, but it's always a good idea to remain vigilant, so apply these tips across the board. Know, though, that most of them apply to land-based travel. Oh, and stay to the end of this video because we have 2 websites you must use before you travel. And we'd love to hear from you on 2 very specific travel safety questions. All right, are you still with me? You ready? Let's start with some travel advice that's become more and more important with the rise of social media. And that advice is to keep your travel plans, including accommodation details, to yourself. Announcing your whereabouts on social media opens you up to potentially unsafe situations, and it's best to wait until you leave the area to post those photos that give away your exact location. On the other hand, letting your close friends and family know where you'll be and when can be an excellent safety precaution, and it's something we recommend. Visiting a place that feels sketchy or even dangerous? There are a few cruise ports that come to mind for this one right now, unfortunately. When in doubt, we recommend you book organized tours or excursions in the places you visit. If you're going ashore alone, ask your cruise staff for safety tips. Whether you're traveling solo or with a group, do use caution when traveling at night as well, particularly if the area you're traveling to has a questionable safety rating. If possible, plan to arrive and travel during daylight hours, and consider a hotel with a restaurant so you don't have to venture out after dark after you check into your hotel. Now, seasoned solo travelers swear by this tip because you are minimizing your risk. Even if your hotel or Airbnb seems safe, there are some steps you can take to make your hotel stay more safe. First, lock and deadbolt the door, and do not answer your door at your hotel or travel residence unless you know exactly who it is. Now, speaking of hotels being a resource, if you're not sure which neighborhoods are safe or less safe, do check with your hotel front desk team or concierge. Oftentimes, they're happy to share what they know and can offer some local travel tips too. How about minimizing pickpockets and keeping your stuff safe when you travel? First off, do not carry your wallet in your back pocket. Leaving your wallet behind your body, easily accessible to thieves, is watch out number 1 on our list for good reason. Our next tip, do separate your valuables. And what do we mean by this? If you're traveling with others, you can simply split cash and cards among different people. If you're traveling solo, put your valuables in different pockets. Use your best judgment and get creative with this one. Just don't put all of your cash or credit cards in one single place, like your front pockets, your back pocket, or your wallet. Just spread them out. It's also a good idea to travel with more than one credit card in the event that you have an issue with your primary card. Ugh, I have been there and it is a nightmare. Experts also recommend you consider crossbody purses or bags, but keep them really close to your body. Keep them close to your skin, and don't hang your purse on the back of your chair or on any chair in a restaurant. It's just a recipe for theft. Lanyards and body belts also work really nicely and can kind of go under your clothes for extra security. Now, this next tip may seem obvious, but don't draw attention to yourself. It's best not to dress extravagantly wherever you're traveling, so leave your bling and your fancy jewelry at home or on your cruise ship. No matter where you're traveling, the goal is to kind of blend in and dress more like a local than a tourist. Now, this next one really gets to me because scammers are always finding new ways to take advantage of you and me. It's a good idea to research travel scams for the areas you're visiting. Taxi scams, ATM scams, fake ticket scams. They are out there, and these scammers, they are smooth. There's lots of YouTube videos on this topic, so stay on it. Just Google the area you're going and travel scam. See what you find. Now, you've heard this one from your mom and grandma all your life, right? But it bears repeating. Exercise situational awareness. If something doesn't feel right, trust your gut and do not be afraid to walk away. This can include things like not leaving your drink unattended at a bar or a club, drinking responsibly, not getting in a car with strangers. You get the idea. Think about your mom and your grandma's advice. It's really, really good advice. If you do happen to run into trouble, law enforcement experts suggest you do not physically resist any robbery attempt. Instead, you should assure the robber that you'll cooperate and take no action that may jeopardize your safety. Yikes, I know it's really scary, you guys, but it does happen. Now, how about travel documents? It's a good idea to carry photocopies of your passport or whatever documentation you're traveling with. You never know when you might need a copy of that passport, driver's license, or another form of ID. So scan them online, print out a few copies. That way you won't be scrambling to find them if you need them in an emergency. Now, you remember those websites we mentioned earlier? A big part of planning your trip is knowing how safe or unsafe your destination is before you plan and travel. The first site we suggest you visit is travel.state.gov. This U.S. Department of State website allows you to enter the country or area you're visiting to see if there's travel advisories, weather alerts, or even security alerts in that region at the time you're traveling. Finally, if you're a U.S. resident, we suggest you enroll in the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program, or STEP, to receive updated safety and security information and ensure that the U.S. Embassy or consulate can contact you in case of an emergency. Now, that website is step.state.gov, and it's a totally free way to register with the nearest embassy or consulate where you're traveling. Now that we have shared some tips on how to travel safely, we want to hear from you. We have 2 questions, and we'd love if you'd tell us in the chat. First, have you ever experienced a travel safety issue? Share it with us, share it with others. Also, let us know some of your best travel safety tips and how you learned them. Thank you all so very much for tuning in. Please give us a quick subscribe before you go. And friends, until next time, we'll see you on the high seas.